Hello and welcome to my working table. My name is Lisbeth and I'm a Danish abstract mixed media artist who likes to do all sorts of things. So look at the playlist and see what interests you if you're into mixed media, slow stitching or whatever it may be, jelly printing and so on. Not so long ago I made a video where I showed you how to mix colors directly on your deli plate and using what I called a mother color, and I will link that video below here also, and I won't explain a lot about it here because you can look at that video, but that video resulted in all these different kinds of colors mixed only by the mother color and another color, and I think this one was the yellow one. And they have been lying here on my desk for a while. I think that there are 30 prints, and I have been thinking what to do about them. And at some point I saw somebody mention the word a Cascade book, but it wasn't made of paper. It was a very long thing made with fabrics. But that got me thinking of if I could construct a kind of Cascade book with these prints here. And it is totally experimental for me. I haven't done this before. I haven't seen anybody else done it like this before. And there probably are, because I'm no Einstein, so others have perhaps had that idea too. But I will give it a try. But shortly told, I will cut all these squares out, glue 2 and 2 together like this one and make a hinge, and then I will have a piece of cardstock where I will make some slots and put this hinge in, and then I will be able to do it like this. That is the overall plan for this. If I would succeed, I don't know. But this is perhaps a little boring with just putting these colors in. So my plan is I have a small jelly plate like this, and it fits nicely here. So I will go in my garden before all the leaves fall off and make some jelly prints with leaves and put on here. And I think also I have a piece of cardstock here. It's a pre-cut one I had from an earlier thing. I will put the old roll-up sheets on the back and the front and made the slides so it looks nice. But that is the plan for now. I have a scoreboard here. And I don't think I will give you measurements as such, because I think you could do this at any sizes you want. The only thing I think is important is that this hinge here have a size that is smaller than the space between the slots I'm going to cut in the cardstock. And I know this is quite wonky and not very neat there, and there's an overhang there and so on. But when I've done all these, I will I have a guillotine, paper guillotine, and cut them. I think they will end up in centimeters, something like 14 by 14. Yeah, something like that. I can see that fits, because the prints are 15 by 15. And since you can see when you print, they are a little wobbly here in the borders. So yeah, so I don't mind they are looking quite wonky now. The only thing I think is important is that this hinge has the same size. And I'm not the most precise person in the world, and I often eyeball things and take it as it comes. But I think to make it a little easier for myself, I will do it like this, to I don't measure here. I just do it to get the angles right. I can see the papers there, but I'll just rip it like this. And then I know this edge is straight, and I will do the same here. Put it in here and go up. Put my ruler up against there, like this, and the same here. So no matter what size this square is, I know it's a square because I have done it like this. And I think I think I will, when I have a page like this and it's cut to the right size, then I will jelly print my leaves on it, not before that. So there is a lot of tearing and cutting before I reach that point. So here is one piece, and I could take another piece and do the same, so you can see me gluing two pieces together. And you can see here it is quite wonky, so I will see if I can go as near as the edge as I can, so I have the nearly full size of 15 by 15 centimeters. So if I end up with pages that are 14 by 40 centimeters, I have 1 centimeter to work with, so I can get them exactly the same size. Yeah. And again up here. Yeah, and away with this scoreboard. No, not away with it already. Now I have to decide. You can see here, that is my hinge. Do I want this as the front or this as the front? And I think I want this as the front and this as the back. And it is easier if I turn this around like that. Let's see, I think I'll go this way. And I have figured out I want the third mark here. And don't push so hard so you ruin your paper or punch it through it. So here it is, and then I will just yeah, perhaps that was too small. I think I perhaps would do not the third, but let me see here. Is that the same? No, this is, yeah, it is the third mark. But it doesn't matter so much as long as you make them the same size every time. So here it is. And now I can put my scoreboard away. So I will just put glue on here and attach or glue these two together like this. And then there would be this overlap as there is here, but I will let it be because I will go and cut them off so they will end up like 14 centimeters in my guillotine. But I will just glue them together here with my glue stick, and perhaps there, and don't be precious with it. to the crease and put it down and do it like this. And you can see there's some white to be seen there and some white there, but it doesn't matter. You can put the hinge down here, or the flap down. So you can see what I think. If you imagine I have a piece of cardstock here with some slots in, then this will go on the back of it, so I will be able to turn these pages. And I can see I haven't been so good gluing this. It isn't the easiest thing. But now I have these two quite wonky pages, but I'm sure they will end up looking nice. I have 30 pieces of paper or square, so I will end up with 15 pages. And I think it would look nice. And I have decided to go from light to dark because I can try to take this off so you perhaps better can see what I mean. Because since you're using there, you will end up seeing a strip of this, and for me, I have chosen to make them darker, darker, and darker, and of course there would be prints on here. But I will do all the rest of the pages, and you don't need to see me doing that. I have been in my basement where I have a big paper guillotine and cut these up. So with the flap turned, they are about 14 by 14 centimeters. And every time I take my hands out of my pocket and have some tools you can damage yourself with, yeah, I do. So I just have a cut there, but so it is. I'm not dying or anything, but that's why I have this on. And I have also been in, and I ended up with 15 pages here. And I think I will do it in this order as I have laid them here. But I have also been in my garden and picked some different smaller leaves, and so I can jelly print here on the pages, here on the pages. And we're going into fall here in Denmark, so there isn't so much exciting, but I will see what I can get out of it. So I will just take this away and find some black and white and gold paint. I will only use these 3 colors here. And then I have a smaller jelly plate I will take here out, and then I will start jelly printing some different leaves, both on the front and the back on these pages. Here is my small jelly plate, and you don't need much paint on such a small plate here. And I have some tissue. I can remove some of the paint I don't want. So let us see what I can come up with here. Oh yeah, that perhaps was a little too much paint, but I have some roll-off sheets here beside me, so I can roll some of the paint off if that is necessary, because I don't want a thick layer. Yeah, there. So I think I will just start with this. This is a strawberry leaf, and I will put the back side down, because the veins are bigger there, so it is easier to see there. Yeah, and it is a little too big, but then I will just take my tissue paper here and put down and remove so much of the black paint I can here, and press the leaf down and the veins from the leaf down. And hopefully there would be a nice impression back on my plate when I remove this paper. But I will put a link below in the description box or under the little word more with the video. I have a whole video on printing on, not on, but printing with leaves on your jelly plate. And this is the front, and it is like when you're making pancake, the first one doesn't always get nice. So I think I will start with the back side and see if I can remove. Yeah, this is a nice print, and I think here that's about the middle, and hopefully it would end up nice. And on the darker prints I will take white paint, and some of them I will take gold paint, and see if I succeed. I really hope I do. Yeah, that is a nice print. I'm satisfied with that. And again, there is a little something there, and if I want to use that again, I could put some white paint on and lift it off, but I don't think I want both black and white. There was a little animal there. Black and white paint on my pages here, so I can take a baby wipe and wipe them off, or I can have a stack of paper beside me, and yeah, I can also try this here. Let us try to put a little gold on instead. And only roll it over and wipe that off. And perhaps I can do it on, yeah, it doesn't work with a very dark one. But let us, yeah, I really don't know what I want to do here. Perhaps this one here we can try and see what happens. If that's a good idea. If it isn't a good idea and it doesn't work, it's only this page who will have this strength thing on. And I think I want to let it sit for a little, so I'm sure it will pick it up. But I think I will find some more papers or some baby wipes also, so I'm ready for what will come up. Yeah, that doesn't end very successfully, but it will have to be like this. I won't do anything more about it. In the hindsight, I should have taken some matte medium and done it instead of the gold one. But yeah, I will put it in here so it is in the right order. There. So now I will do the front, and which one do I want on the front? Yeah, they are a little too big, perhaps, these here. But this one here can work, I think. So I will take the black one again and try to be careful so I don't use so much black. Roll it out. It's the right amount. You will have to have so much so there will be paint left on the plate and not so little, so you can't see it when you have done this. And again, I will put my backside down here and there. Just put this on here and remove as much as the black paint as I can. You can always go down again. if there's places where you think you haven't got rid of all the black. And the tissue paper is really a nice thing for this. Yeah, oh, that's a nice print. So let us put that on here. Yeah, it is nearly there. So I will just put it in the middle there and squeeze it down. And let it sit for a little. Perhaps I can come a little closer. I will let it sit for a minute or so. Instead of just ripping the paper off, you can always lift it a little and see if it's okay. And I think in this case it is quite fine. Yeah, that is a really lovely print. That would be the front of my book, and I'm happy about that. It's parsley. I have a small high bed where I have some tomatoes and some spices of different things, but amongst them some parsley. So that was a good first side. I think I will go for a gold one, and I think this gold wasn't perhaps so visible, so I have some heavy body from golden. And yeah, I can get the lid off, so just a moment. So there, the lid got off. There. I think this perhaps will cover a little better. And roll off here by my side and take this leaf. And many of the things of these leaves here, don't ask me what it is, because I don't know the name in English. Sorry. But I don't think it matters so much, because you can use any kinds of leaves if they have clear and strong veins on the back side, or a nice shape, or yeah. So use what you can find, and even if you don't have a garden, perhaps there are some parks and fields and other things in the nature you can go and pick leaves from. This, if I keep using this, it would end up like a really strange piece of paper. And remove this, and there it is. But I think I will find a darker one here. Perhaps I should take the back side and see if that would succeed. Really rub it and let it sit for a little. Yeah, the impression is there. I don't know how much you can see, but I can see it clearly. So I think I would do the other side also and try a white one, so you can see all the three colors I'm using. But often with gold, it can be a little difficult with these thin layers and thin veins from the leaves to see clearly. But yeah, you have to have a good gold paint with a lot of pigments in. I think that is whoops, the important thing. And there goes my lid. But yeah, I think it is nearly empty, this one here. Look. So out with the paint. And let us take, what can we do here? I have this. It is some wheat, I think. Yeah, just lay it flat and hope for the best. Yeah. I would really have loved to have some fern in my garden, but I don't. Oh, perhaps I have a dry one somewhere I can use. I will look at that or look that up. I know I picked some here in the summer and have put them under something to make them dry and flat. Yeah, now this is ripping, but that doesn't matter. I'm off with it. Yeah, let it sit on. Yeah, I would put it on there. Yeah, doesn't that look nice? And even here I could have picked a little of the white off, so I'll just use my nail and put it in the middle here. Squeeze it down and let it sit for a minute or so. That must be all. Let us see. Oh yeah, doesn't that look nice? That was the last page. So I'll just let it dry and then, yeah, I'm really tempted to lift this off also, but I will get so many prints again, and I have so many already, but so I will just wipe it off. I very seldom wipe things off. I always let them sit here for what I'm doing next, but I have 13 other pages to print on, so I will do that, print on all the other pages exactly the same way I had done it here, so you don't need to see me print all these. If there's a good one, I can show it to you. Maybe you should see this one. It is a cup I have used here instead of the gold, and that is also a very delicate fine one, but I like it. So done with all the jelly printing, and some of them are really nice and some of them are okay, and a few of them are not so good, but it is what it is. And when the book is done, I think I will go in with my markers and do a little to help it on its way here. But you can see this one is just a big black blob. There was too much paint on, but these two are so lovely. These two are also fine, and this is fine, and this is copper on this color, and in a certain angle you can see it, the print, but yeah, you never quite know what you get when you're jelly printing, and so it must be. So now I have all my pages ready here, so now I am to do the piece of cardstock where I want to make slots in, so I can hinge these on. And I have this piece of lightweight cardstock, and yeah, perhaps it is even too small. It really, yeah, perhaps I should find a bigger piece, because here I don't have much wiggle room, you can say. There it can be difficult not to cut it all the way through. So I think I will find a bigger piece of cardstock. I was hoping I could use this one I had cut already, because the length is okay, but I will find another piece. As I said earlier, the measurements isn't so important here. You can do this as any sizes you want, but my pieces here are about a little over 14 centimeters in the height, so I want at least a centimeter in the top and the bottom. So I think this is okay here, like this. And then I would have to cut all these slots here. But before I do that, I want to put a piece of this on here, because I want my backgrounds to be the same colors as this. So I will glue this on here, and if I use matte medium, it will take a little longer to dry, and it will be a little, it is hard to lie flat. You will have to put it under pressure, but it will probably be better for my book than using a glue stick. But for the sake of it, it is much easier here and now to use a glue stick. So I will put a good amount of glue here on my cardstock. And perhaps my cardstock also is a little too long, but I can always cut that off, so that doesn't matter so much. So a good amount around the corners, and then just go up and down here. And if you're doing it with a glue stick, don't be precious with it. Oh, I think I have learned a new word. I think it perhaps is called frugal. If you don't be frugal. So I think I really have a good amount on it here. And here it doesn't matter if I go a little over or around, because I can always cut the edges clean. And it is a little shorter, and that doesn't matter because I think it is too long anyhow. So I will turn it this way here and really give it a good rub. Yeah. And then I will just cut around it and see if it is sitting there quite fine. So I will just give it a couple of minutes to dry, and then I will take my scissor and cut it clean. Okay, so I have cut the two lengths off, and I will just cut it off here in the end. And I won't throw that away, because I don't think so, but I have it here if I need to put it on here. So now I have this piece, and I will also have another piece of a roll of sheet here for the back, but that would be the last thing I glue on. So now is the tricky part, and that is to cut all the slots. And I have been thinking about, I know I want them about a centimeter, because this is what the hinge is. So I think if I cut them a centimeter apart, that would be fine. And I have 15 pages, so that would be 15 slots, and one that was so. And this one is about 30 centimeters. So there's room enough for the pages. But how do I stop exactly at the same point there and there? And perhaps it is a good idea to put masking tape on, so I know I'm only cutting to there and there. So I think I will find my masking tape and do that. As you can see, I have measured, so I have put tape on here, so there is 1.5 centimeter there, and 1.5 centimeter there, and 14 centimeters between, and that is the height of my pages. So I will have to cut slots in here from there to there, and I think I will go for, yeah, I said a centimeter, so do I take a centimeter here like this? That isn't much. Perhaps I can, yeah, I can take it the first, yeah, the first one. Let me take 2 centimeters instead, and I will see if I can do it here on camera. So I will put the point of my knife in here and cut all the way through to the masking tape like that. Yeah, and that worked. And of course it teared a little there, but I will do this all the way down here, and I can see my phone is running out of batteries, so I will do this out of that side filming and get some power on my phone and be back when I have cut all the slots and have power on my phone. So I have cut 15 slots here in my background cardstock, and the thing I want to do now is I will let the masking tape sit, because I think I have cut a little too high some places, but I don't think it matters so much. But to get them to sit nice and on a line, I will let the masking tape sit. So I can start from the back. Yeah, you can also start from the front, but the thing I think is easier to put them in the slot is to cut 2 small triangles off here, and then it is to put this inside here, there, turn it around like that, and see if it sits all right. Yeah, there's a little more room, so I can see there's a little more room than there, so I will put it so it is centered in the middle. And the only thing I then want to do is put tape here on the back side, and I will put a good amount, and it doesn't matter if I go all over the paper, because I have this piece of paper I will glue on here when I'm done with all the pages. And here I have already cut this off, so I will again put this in here, there, turn it around, and down like that, and see if that sits all right. Perhaps it would go a little, you can go a little up and down so you think it looks nice. If you have, for me it is quite hard to be so exact and precise, because I normally eyeball everything, but here I haven't eyeballed it. I tried to measure, and yeah, I'm not the best for that. But you can see here, like this, they are sitting so nice. And some of the pages there will be white there, but I will take care of that with my Caran die dash when I have glued all the pages in. So I will just take the next page, put it in the slot here, like that. Turn it over and pull as much as I can here. Let's see if it sits all right, and I think it does there. And again, put a good amount of glue on, and let this one go down here like that. And I will glue all the pages on this way, so it would end up like a cascade. And then we will see how that looks. So I will glue all the pages on first. Now all the pages are glued down, and it is a little damp, so I will also remove this masking tape here and hope I don't tear anything. yeah, you don't need to see me struggle with that, but perhaps I'm lucky I can get my nail in here. There, off with that. And the only thing, no, not the only thing, but the next thing I want to do is, this is how it looks, and I think it looks so lovely. And perhaps I have a little less room up here at the top than the bottom, but I can always cut a slice of the bottom if it bothers my eye, but I will wait till I'm done. Totally, that would be the last thing I will do. But here I will turn this around, and here you can see all the hinges. And then I have this piece of paper, and I will do exactly as I did earlier, glue this on here and let it dry. And you don't need to see me do that. And then I will take my card dash number 2 and my pens and do a little makeover on the pages. It is not quite dry, it is a little damp, but I can cut all the overhanging off here. So now I think it looks fine. It isn't, yeah, what can I say, so neat as I could have wished for, but I haven't done this before and I haven't seen anybody else do it, so I think it is quite okay. Perhaps I will tear a couple of, or half a centimeter out off here in the bottom, so it looks like the top of it here, but the pages turned so nicely. There's quite many pages with white there, but I can tell you what I will be doing with this, and we can take the first one here. And I will find, here I have my Caran dash, and I have this yellow one, I think looks like the color there, and I will just paint it so it isn't screaming white. And already now you can see nobody would think of it has been painted afterwards. This is a lovely page. I really like this print, and that is fine too. This one here is a little more difficult to see, so I think I will help it a little and take my white signal ball pen here and just go a little around some of the outline here, so it will get a little more definition. Like that. Already now you can see it is much better. Now you don't have doubts about if it's leaves or not. So I will just let that be there. Perhaps a little more up here. Yeah. And again it has to dry. I can turn this, and I think I can use the same color here. Like that. And what can I do about this one here? Do I take my black pen? I will see if I have a copper pen somewhere and perhaps outline this. This is fine. This is the same here with the white. You don't need much to make it better. This is such a lovely shape, heart shape. And this one is perhaps a little more yellow than this, so I can take this one here instead. Let's see if that is better. Yeah, that's fine. You can always mix and match, and sometimes you can find the right color. Exactly, so there. But I will do this on all the other pages also. So here it is, my book, and I just cut a little sliver of the top here so it looks more even. So yeah, in the bin with that. But it looks like this, and it looks like this on the back, and it looks like this when I'm let it standing up. And perhaps I can see it needs a little more glue there, but that is nothing to, that is just to take care of that. But this is my way of trying to do a Cascade book with my gel prints, where I printed with a mother color, so all the colors look lovely together. And I will make a little flip through so you can see all the pages, how I have painted a little and give them a little makeover. You can do this in any sizes and any length you want. All you have to take care of is that the height of your pages in your book and the slot you cut there is the same, or the slot is perhaps a couple of millimeters bigger. So you can make them tall, you can make them even narrower, or you can make as many pages as you like. That is up to you. So I hope you have been inspired, and I hope you have liked what I have been doing here in this video, and perhaps you will give it a try yourself and use some of your daily prints for a project like this. I think it has been very nice to do it, and I have learned some things during it. So next time perhaps I think I will do this and that instead. But all in all, I think it works quite fine. You could also have turned it this way, but then you would have, if it is images you can see what is, you would have printed them this way instead. That option you also have. But if it is something for you, and you have been enjoying this video, please give my video a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing my little Danish channel. Give me a comment, that would be nice too, so I'm not sitting here all alone in the other end. That is all I think I would say for now, except please take care, and please be creative, and not least of all, please be nice to each other. And I'll see you again in a week's time or so, if you're interested in something with mixed media to do. So bye bye for now.